Greetings and salutations, everybody. Quick shout out to the two Uber comrades on Patreon supporting this channel and my content, my partner. Thank you, Rosa, and Independent Left News. Definitely check out Independent Left News. So I came across this story how China was developing this thorium-powered nuclear reactor as this kind of experiment to see, what they can do with regards to thorium and nuclear power. Sounds pretty promising. Don't know a whole lot about it. I have kind of my own, reservations and assumptions about nuclear power in general, just because it seems like everything that has been attempted up to this point with regards to nuclear power has been very, problematic environmental wise, with the, radioactive waste that has, basically an infinite shelf life, and just how highly pollutive just the whole kind of process is. But it sounds like potentially this maybe would alleviate some of those issues. So let's take a look at what China is doing with regards to this thorium-fueled nuclear reactor power plant. So here we go. China is about to test its thorium-fueled nuclear reactor. Its experimental reactor can move China closer to its green energy goals, which they want to be, I believe, be carbon neutral by 2050. Field of thorium, the China-based nuclear reactor, is about to start tests. While this radioactive element has seen reactor trials before, many scientists and industry experts agree this can make China the first country to come with leaping distance to developing the technology to commercial scale, according to a report from the journal Nature. If it works, this could serve as a major milestone in global community toward creating safer, more efficient alternatives to conventional forms of nuclear power, which again seems like have been very, very problematic in a number of ways, right? The novel reactor is unconventional because it circulates molten salts in its interior instead of water. That is pretty unique and interesting. It could produce nuclear energy at relatively affordable cost without sacrificing safety, and crucially, the thorium-filled reactor could generate far smaller amounts of radioactive waste than traditional reactors, potentially taking a step forward, gutting long-standing objections to nuclear power, and what I was talking about at the start of this video. Construction of the Wuyi-based experimental thorium reactor near the edge of the Gobi Desert was projected for completion in August, with trial operations slated to start this month, according to Gansu's province's government, reports Nature. Thorium itself is a weakly radioactive silver-like metal that naturally occurs in rocks and isn't currently used in modern industry. It's also a waste product of rare earth mining in China, which means it could serve as a viable alternative to uranium, an element that the country has to import at high costs. Quote, thorium is much more plentiful than uranium, so it'd be very useful technology to have in 50, 100 years' time when the global reserves of uranium start to ebb, explained nuclear energy Lyndon Edwards of the Australian Nuclear Science and Tech Org based in Sydney. But since it would be decades before the technology can fully mature, there's no time to waste, and we need to start development now, he added. Thorium can't undergo fission by itself. China began its molten salt reactor project in 2011, investing roughly $500 million in the program, according to former President Ritsuo Yoshioka of the International Thorium Molten Salt Forum in Osio, Japan, who worked extensively with researchers in China. The Shanghai Institute of Applied Physics, SINAP, operates the Wuyi reactor, which is built to generate merely 2 megawatts of energy. Thermal energy, for reference, this amount would only power a maximum of 1,000 homes, hence why this is a test. But should the experiment prove successful, China aims to construct another 373 megawatt reactor by 2030. At this power level, a thorium nuclear reactor could power hundreds of thousands of homes. Such highly efficient and climate-conscious reactors are among the perfect technologies capable of bringing China closer to its zero carbon goals set by 2050, according to Jiang Qinjun, the energy modeler at Beijing's Energy Research Institute of the National Development and Reform Commission, according to Nature report. Critically, while the naturally occurring isotope thorium-233 can't achieve fission, it can absorb neutrons to form uranium-233 when irradiated, the latter which can undergo fission and generates heat. As of writing, thorium has seen tests as potential nuclear fuel in other reactors in Germany, the UK, the US. It's also part of India's nuclear program, although the cost of extracting it has proven ineffective compared to uranium there, especially since thorium must be converted to operate as a fissile material. But if China's thorium reactor proves effective, it could become a major milestone on the road to developing commercial scale nuclear power based on the element. So again, seems like a technology that is very much in its infancy at this point, but it does seem pretty interesting and has some potentially promising properties to it. So again, I'm gonna kind of reserve judgment at this point, but I do have some concerns just because it is nuclear power based, but it does seem like it has the potential for some positive things. So pretty interesting technology, I think, and we'll have to wait to see what results of it. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe for more content.
Before he ends the video, I'm gonna start my own little business, so he will put it in whenever I start it. But I made this little necklace for him, and he forgot to put it back on after his shower and his bike ride.
Well, I didn't want to wear it on my bike ride because it was an indoor bike ride, and it would have sweated profusely, and then be all stinky and gross.
And it's also yarn, so it's like very stretchable, and it's nice. I have my anklet on. But bye, peace
out.